98FM. The sound of the city.
98FM's Dublin Talks. Weekdays from 10 a.m.
With Adrian Kennedy.
Adrian, have you ever bought a new car?
Have I ever bought a new car?
Recently.
Brand new car?
Recently.
No.
Well, according to the news we were reading today, new car sales have risen for the first time in over a year. There was a slump at the start of the year, and now sales are up 3% in new cars. Now, I don't know who's buying new cars. I haven't seen many 182 cars on the road. Have you seen a lot?
There's no 182 cars on the road yet. That doesn't happen until July.
That's why I haven't seen them. Okay, well, 181 cars.
Yeah, I've seen loads, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The overall sales so far this year are still down by 4.68% on last year, but they are on the way back up. So it seems that people are going back to buying new cars again. Have you bought a new car years ago?
My car's 3 years old.
No, but have you ever bought a new car in your life?
When I was younger, once.
There's nothing
Only
like,
once.
Yeah, the same as myself. When I lived at home and I had loads of money, there's nothing like the feeling of buying a brand new car and driving it out of the garage, and it still smells. You can smell the new smell off it. Isn't that right? But we were reading this story today and we were thinking, okay, there's a lot of new cars on the road, but let's find Dublin's oldest car on the road. Okay, we want to find out what year is the car you are driving. Okay, maybe you don't think it's old, but we want to find the oldest car. Now, we're not talking about a vintage, okay? So if you're driving a Morris Minor from the 60s, that's not what we're talking about.
Well, it is if you're using it for your daily commute.
There's nobody driving to work every day in a Morris Minor.
In the car park of Tesco in Ashburn the other day, I saw a man with a 1960s Ford Anglia, which he uses every day.
Let me even look up and see what that looks like. A
Ford Anglia. It's a hideous looking yoke. And I actually asked the man, I said, wow, that's some car. My dad used to have one of them when we were younger. And this man drives around in this Ford Anglia.
Okay, text or WhatsApp us now. 0877 98 98 98. That's the text or WhatsApp number. And simply tell us what year is the car that you are driving right now. Okay, so the car that you have right now, what year is the car? Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98, and let's try and find out the oldest car that's on the road. Like, I mean, are the cars from the early 90s still on the road?
Some, not many now. I don't see many, but some are new. You know, the reg system that we have, like 151D. Yeah,
yes.
That originally came in 1987. So
no way, really?
87 was the first regs with those plates. I wonder is there anyone driving around on old plates before our system came in, before the plate system. Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. Now, there's somebody who's just not getting it. My car is 2012. I mean, it's only 6 years old.
Well, no, we asked you, regardless of what the year is, text us what year the car is, okay? And we'll compile it then and find out what the oldest car on the road is. And it'll be interesting to see the old cars, Adrian, what make they actually are.
To see which ones are surviving.
Yeah, but to see if you're driving a car that's from the 80s and it's still on the road, that's a great advertisement for that car, isn't it?
Okay, text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. We're trying to find the oldest car in daily use. Now, as Jeremy said, not a vintage that's in a garage for half the year and you take it out for a little show every year. We're talking about a car that is in daily use that is old. Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. We want to find out the oldest car on the roads in Dublin today, because you do see the odd one, but they're few and far between. So what year is your car?
You see, if your car's still roadworthy and it's still going, why would you replace it?
Because you want a newer one, basically, is it not?
Now, my neighbours have a car, and I think it's a 94D. So how old is that? Work out how old that is.
That's 24 years old.
24 years, and it still has, I was in it there a couple of weeks ago. It has windy down windows in the front and the back.
Front and back?
Yeah, the front and the back. So when you're winding down the window, you actually have to do it manually with a handle. And it's amazing how used you become to electric windows, isn't it? Where you just press the button.
Yeah.
As opposed to windy down windows.
Okay, text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. We want to find the car with the oldest car on the roads in Dublin today. So, for example, I had a 1992 Civic up until last year and sold it to a guy in Limerick with only 80,000 miles on the clock. Says that message, in 1992 Civic, but he doesn't have it anymore. Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98.
Now, here's the part I don't know. I find this hard to believe. I'm driving an Almera in Kilcock, and it's still going great. It's from 1999. Adrian, you're good at maths. Work out how old 1999?
That's 19 years.
Wow, 19 years. A Nissan.
Yeah.
Would a Nissan go for 19 years?
Well, obviously, if it's still driving. Okay, let's have a
Clinton
look.
says, I bet you most of the old cars will be Japanese. Well, yes, a Nissan Almera are they from Japan?
Japanese, yeah.
Yes, that is Japanese. Now, it depends. If that person from Kilcock is only driving it to the shops and back for a couple of hours every day, or for a couple of miles every day, it's not obviously going to do a lot of mileage, is it?
Probably not, no. Okay, let us know. We're getting some great ones in here. I drive a 1991 BMW 318. 1991. So that's not Japanese. That's a German car.
91 is 27 years old. Jesus, nearly as old as me, that car is.
Okay, keep your text coming in 0877 98 98 98. Let me go back to the sorry, we just have another call about the VHI Women's Mini Marathon and the goodie bag that was given out yesterday or on Sunday. Olivia,
Hi.
What did you want to say on this?
Just that I just think it's an absolute disgrace, and we're all there for a reason, for our own charities, doing the marathon for our own charities. My daughter was 22 weeks pregnant, and the two of us done it, and we got goodie bags, and that was fine. But we got a voucher for Little Woods Ireland and them as well, with 25% off, which I used last night. So I was very appreciative of that, because we weren't there to get anything. We're there for a reason, to raise money. So.
And were you deeply offended by the dishwasher tablets?
No, I wasn't. No,
No.
I don't have a dishwasher, to be honest, but I'll have one still, so it'll be fine when I get it. So no, I wasn't offended at all. I think
How many dishwasher tablets did you get?
Doesn't matter.
No, I'm just curious. Sorry?
We got one each.
Oh, just one?
One each, yeah.
That's pretty miserable, isn't it? One dishwasher
No,
tablet.
but there's a card full of vouchers in it as well, different vouchers that might be applicable to certain people. As I said, the Little Woods Ireland was brilliant for us last night, but we were delighted.
And tell me this, your daughter is 22 weeks pregnant, so she's into the final trimester? Would that be right?
Well, she's going into the third one, I think, in the next few weeks, isn't she?
Yeah, why am I even
You know nothing.
I know nothing about trimesters. But fair play to her being able to do a 10k run when she's 22 weeks. Like, is she
she walked. We walked.
And is she showing?
Yes, nice bump. There was a few of the women there that was pregnant as well, so yes, showing, yeah.
Now, Adrian, when you did the Women's Mini Marathon, you were showing as well, isn't that right? No, but that's not an easy thing to do for a woman to walk 10k, especially in that blistering heat.
Fine.
It
was very, very warm. No, she was fine. The last half kilometre, I suppose, she was a bit wore out, but no, she done great. She done fantastic. It was for a good cause. So,
well, the year myself and Adrian did it was quite an eye opener. Now it's about 10 years ago since we did it together, but it was fascinating. 1 kilometre into the race, Olivia, we saw women sitting at the side of the road having fags. Remember, they were smoking cigarettes.
We actually spoke about that as well, yeah.
And I was like, I knew 1 kilometre into this race that it wasn't a race, because I was taking it all seriously. I had my sweatband across my forehead and all, and I had my water bottle on my back, and I was, I'd done training for it. And then, 1 kilometre into it, and all the women are sitting at the side of the road. Oh, how are you, Bernie? How are you doing? You're only after running 1 kilometre, love.
Anyway, well done for taking part.
It was great crack, and I think VHI done very well. And I think the medals were fantastic this year as well. I thought they were really good.
How old is your car, by the way, Olivia, if you drive?
I do drive. My car is a 10.
A 10?
Okay, that's old enough.
It's 8 years old.
Yeah, 8 years old, yeah.
So it probably doesn't even have a CD player in it. It's probably cassette radio, is it?
No, it has 6 CDs in it.
Oh, it has a CD changer.
Oh,
yes.
Remember, they were all the thing.
They were all the thing. Yeah. Now new cars barely have a CD player in them, if they do at all. Thanks, Olivia.
No, my car doesn't have a CD player in it, and I'm very upset about it. Who can I contact about that?
Mr. What sort of car do you drive?
Hyundai.
Yeah, get on to them in
But it
South
doesn't have a
Korea.
CD player in it.
No, well, who needs a CD player in 2018?
Yeah, but I'd like a CD player.
Who even uses CDs?
Well, I have all my Phil Collins albums on CD.
That's why you don't have a CD player. That's exactly why you don't have a CD player. Now, we're on the search for the oldest car on the streets of Dublin. Davey, you saw what the other day?
An 84 Golf.
A 1984 Golf?
Yeah.
Now, how do you know it was an 84? Did it have an 84 reg plate?
I think so, yeah.
So it must have been imported at some stage to have an 84 plate, because our plates...
No, but they changed. They backdated them to cars from the 80s when that came in.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah. Right, so it was an 84 Volkswagen Golf.
Yeah, I was stuck behind it for about 20 minutes.
Well, I'd say so.
That's how you remembered it. And
Yeah.
what year is your car?
That's 34 years. Is that 34 years
That's
old?
34 years old, yeah.
As old as myself. And did it look in good nick, did it?
It was in great nick, yeah. Great nick. Any wonder it's been driven at 40 mile an hour. That's
Yeah.
why.
It's not been stressed at all.
Yeah, it's like I always say about my mother's car. My mother's car is in great nick. She has it about 15 years, but it has never... This is true, Davey. My mother's car has never been in fifth gear.
Really?
It has actually never been in fifth gear. That's true. I'm not joking.
That can't be good.
That can't be good for the car.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but she never goes fast enough to allow it to go into fifth gear.
God, amazing.
And I was driving it one day when my car was in being serviced, and I remember, taking it for a stretch out on the M50 and putting it into fifth gear, and you can hear the car crying, "I don't know what I'm doing. What is this gear?"
Peter, what car do you drive?
I drove a 93 Carina E.
1993 Toyota Carina E. I used to have one of those back in the 90s. It was a great car. It was one of my favourite cars I ever had. But you still have it.
Yeah, I drive it every day, yeah.
And do you have it from new, or how long have you got it?
I have it about 8 years.
You have it about 8 years, and it's obviously still driving very well, is it?
Yeah, it was never taxied. You know the way they were all taxied?
Yes, they were, yeah. Every single car in Dublin that was a taxi was a Carina E at one stage. But that just shows how good a car they were.
Oh, it's brilliant. It just goes forever. I never drove anything like it. It's just brilliant.
And is it huge mileage on it, or...?
Yeah, there's 300,000 on it.
300,000 miles, probably.
Miles, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Now, just to put that into perspective, that has probably been driven around the world 5 times.
No, it's 300,000. It's been driven around the world for...
I just came up with that at the top of my head.
12 times around the world.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a lot of
That
mileage.
is... So literally, that's like, Peter, leaving your house in Dublin, driving across Europe, through Russia, through America, back across the
12
Atlantic
times.
Ocean 12 times.
Yeah.
Well, that car will do it again anyway, no problem.
And have you any plans to get rid of it?
No, there's a bit of the paint is just, the lacquer on it come off of the boot. No, I'm going to keep it forever.
And what about insurance? Is that more expensive?
Well, I'm with AXA at the moment, but it's about 600, 700 quid.
Right, but they haven't put it up because it's getting older or anything. And I'm assuming it's past the NCT and everything, has it?
Oh, it flies through the NCT, yeah. Sure. I do all the work on it, all underneath and all pipes, everything's perfect.
Well, the ad for Toyota says the best built cars in the world. Your car is 25 years old and it's still going strong, so...
Yeah.
It's a good ad for that car. Like I said, it was one of my favourite cars I ever had. I had a silver one. What colour is yours?
It's gold.
It's gold. Oh, very nice.
Sorry, it's a gold car.
Gold, yeah.
What are you getting at? What are you getting at?
Don't just say. It sounds like it's a pimp mobile or something like that.
No, I remember them in gold. It's not as tacky as you might think it is. Thanks, Peter. James, you drive what?
Hey guys, I have a 99 BMW Convertible. I had a 94 BMW recently as well.
A 1999 BMW Convertible.
Yeah.
Now, why did you buy a convertible car when you live in Ireland?
I had it out all weekend and everything, and it's a great car to drive. I love it. I had the same model 3 Series in a coupe then before that as well, and reliable, go forever, fun to drive. No, very little electronics in it, that sort of stuff.
So it's 19 years old.
Yeah.
So there's a fair chance that there are people listening to this show right now who are actually the same age as your car. That's scary, isn't it?
It is a bit scary, yeah.
In fact,
most of my friends drive those kind of cars as well.
In fact, there are people in college now doing a degree that are the same age as your car. That's scary.
Yeah.
Right, a 1999 BMW Convertible. That's brilliant. That's fairly old, alright.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say, what the convertible, so the roof comes down on it.
That's what a convertible is.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Yeah.
Is it, does it leak?
It did. I got that fixed.
Oh, right, okay.
old cars, you're going to have some issues with them, but fix them and then they go. It's preventative maintenance, lads. That's all you need to do with old cars, and you get them done once. You don't have to do it for a few years. That's it. You keep going with it. Every time I get into it, I look at it, it puts a big smile on my face. I bring it around the country roads during the weekend, and it's just brilliant.
Jeez, you need to get a life, James. Now, answer me this. Answer me this finally. Do you tell people that you're a BMW driver?
Absolutely. All my friends are BMW drivers as well, but things we're all
No, James, I have to stop you there. I have a friend exactly like this. Owen is his name, and I know you listen to the show every day. Owen is his name.
Yeah.
Owen is a BMW driver as well, James, and he tells everybody.
And how do you know that?
Because he tells everybody he's a BMW driver. He always shows up. He shows off his keys. He shows off his keys that have BMW on them. He's a member of all these online chat forums for BMW drivers. And he used to tell us this for years, James. I played football with Owen, and he used to go on, I'm a BMW. I parked the Beamer outside. And one day we went out to the car park to have a look at the BMW that he was always talking about. It was a 97 BMW. You're not a BMW driver if your car is older than your children. No, sorry.
Good luck, James.
No, you are. No, this from the BMWs are actually drivers' cars.
You're not a BMW driver. Get off the line. It has to be brand new out of the showroom. Did you go down to Maxwell Motors last week and buy a BMW?
No.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He's driving a 99.
Yeah, exactly.
Good man, James. Jay, you're on 98FM. Jay, what car are you driving?
I drive a Range Rover.
A Range Rover. What year?
1976.
1976?
Yeah, I'm 2 years older than it.
So you're driving a 42-year-old Range Rover Classic?
I am.
Wow.
It wasn't called Classic when it was made, though.
No, yeah, but it's a classic now. And do you drive it daily?
Yeah, I used to drive it to and from work up till January. Now I just use it in the evenings because the insurance company messed me about with it,
And is the insurance very expensive?
It's actually not, but what happened is because it's so old, you have to have a second car on the road to get insurance on it.
Right.
You have to be insured in one car,
Right, so it can't be your main car?
No.
Now, because it's 1976, what is the most modern thing about, I presume the windows are all windy down and all that, are they?
No, it's actually electric.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
A 1976 car? Although
it's a Range Rover, don't forget.
Yeah, no, I suppose at the time it would have been very ahead of its time with all the bells and whistles.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in fact, Adrian, it's so old it probably does have bells and whistles on it.
No, it just sounds like it when it's going down the road.
My God, that's unreal, Jay.
Yeah.
Well,
it takes a lot of work to keep it on the road now.
I would imagine so, yeah. Well, in fact, stay there for 1 second because Chris, how are you, Chris?
How are you doing, lads?
How are you, Chris? Good to hear you.
Chris, your mother's boyfriend has a what?
A 1971 Ford Cortina.
71.
A 1971 Ford Cortina. Now, I know there are people listening to us right now who have never even heard of that car.
No, it's only a four gear gearbox.
A 4-gear gearbox. A 1970.
So how does that work? 4 gears.
Well, it's just you have 4 gears.
Same standard H-block gearbox.
Okay, so you have reverse. You have reverse 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
You have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you've got a reverse in it.
So 4-gear gearbox, and is it in good nick?
He's only just revamped it. He's resprayed it and done all has full electrics in it.
And does he use it on a daily basis?
He drives it to the shops every day.
Isn't that mad?
There's only I think there's only something like 56,000 miles on it. That's all.
And has he had it since new, or when did he get it?
Somebody had said to him that it was in the back of a field, and he loves dealing with classic cars. And somebody had said to him, look, it's in the back of a field. They're in Moulton, Westmead. And he pulled it out of a field in Westmead and brought it home, cleaned it up, rebuilt the engine on it, done the new gear, redesigned the gearbox in it, and then done all the bells and whistles on it.
Isn't that brilliant? Fair play.
It's like a brand new car, and it drives.
Okay.
It starts on the button, and it's an absolute dream to drive.
Well, just to put it into perspective, finally, to show you how old that car is, this song was number 1 when your car came out. That's how old that car is. Do you know that song?
My Sweet Lord.
Yes, by the Beatles.
My Sweet Lord.
That's how old that car is.
This is 98FM's Dublin Talks. Oh, by the way, if you took part in the Women's Mini Marathon on Sunday, There is a pull-out in the Herald today, Mini Moments it's called, with all photographs and times and everything else for everyone who took part in the mini marathon.
Are the Herald giving away washing powder as well?
I don't think so, no.
98FM. The sound of the city.
98FM's Dublin Talks. Weekdays from 10 a.m.
With